C'est bon. It's me. Margaret, do come in. Margaret, you shouldn't.
Nonsense, it's your anniversary today. Caviar and champagne.
Anniversary?
1 month since Guy Gabriel's been besieging you, and he hasn't succeeded in evicting you yet.
Delicious. I'll go and put the kettle on for tea.
A cable. Editor, art department. The February cover is pallid, dull, unimaginative. It lacks something. So do you, a job.
I just checked with the attorneys. Some bad news. The first editions don't come with the house. They go to the British Museum when old Lady Brayford dies.
The British Museum will be disappointed. Remember the Eisenbach collection? Dealer said I would never get near it. I live with it in my study in New York.
Right. Oh, the bailiff's waiting.
Aren't you being a bit premature, Mr. Gabriel? Remodeling and all that?
Look, I want you to get her out of there, even if you have to use tear gas.
Well, isn't that a bit extravagant, sir? You know, Lady Brayford is over 70.
Would you please just let them know we're here?
Yes?
It's me again, ma'am.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Simmons. Not another eviction notice for Lady Brayford.
Yes, the second one.
Well, you can't serve it now.
Why not?
We're having tea.
Oh, I'm sorry, madam.
I'm sorry. You see, I'm Guy Gabriel. I own this house.
Oh, not yet, Mr. Gabriel. Lady Brayford's equity of redemption hasn't expired yet.
Her what?
Her right to redeem the mortgage. If Lady Brayford makes payment within a fortnight, the house will remain hers.
Well, the mortgage is £100,000. And if Lady Brayford had that kind of money, she wouldn't be in this mess. No, not a chance.
Mr. Gabriel, the Brayfords have lived in this house since Charles II. They have survived the Great Fire, several plagues, and the Blitz. Preparation for surviving you, Mr. Gabriel. Good day. Up on Mr. Guy Gabriel.
King of the Twinkies, editor and publisher of Twinkle Magazine, owner of the Twinkle Clubs. He's made himself about $5 million. A fortune built on the naked feminine form.
Oh, intriguing. Cunning. Shrewd.
What are his weak points?
He's determined to buy himself a reputation as a scholarly collector. He owns one of the best libraries of rare books in the world, and we're going to help him add to it.
How?
Remember that manuscript you wrote at Oxford to me?
Oh, yes, my first forgery.
That was when the family decided that Timmy had really come of age. Tony, you don't think we can get Guy Gabriel to pay for that?
Why not, Aunt Meg? It's worth millions.
Oh, lovely. Here it is.
The Awful Tragedy of King Harold the Fair by William Shakespeare.
Out of Timothy Sinclair by Marcel Sinclair. You know, Marcel and I spent a whole summer holidays on that. He aged the paper and duplicated the ink, and I wrote it.
It looks lovely, but it was an awful parody, dear.
Oh, I thought it rather good, actually.
I think Mr. Gabriel should agree. A lost work by Shakespeare in his own handwriting. Who could ask for more?
Well, frankly, my tutor at Oxford did, I'm afraid. Old Egbert Crouch, now Sir Egbert. You know, when I discovered the manuscript, old Crouch seized it and rushed off to the British Museum screaming, "National treasure," all the way. Then he thought to read it. Old Crouch was furious. He tried to get me sent down.
Timmy means we simply can't let Gabriel read it.
Of course not. Not until he pays us 150,000 pounds.
I thought it was 100,000 we were after.
100,000 for Lady Brayford, 50,000 for us. Sort of research and scholarship fee. For Mr. Gabriel, The Awful Tragedy of King Harold the Fair by William Shakespeare. The Awful Tragedy.
If you've come to join the Twinkie Club, it hasn't opened yet.
Oh, I didn't see you. I'm Professor Fleming. I believe the British Museum called about me.
Oh, yes, Professor. You're from the University of Kansas, aren't you?
Well, no, not exactly. Nebraska.
Oh, well, the Wild West, anyway. I'm from Long Island, Sally Cardew.
Oh, now about the library.
Oh, well, it sits right in there.
Thank you.
Would you do me a favor first? See if you can grab me, please.
Grab you?
Yes, the club members sit out there, and the Twinkie has a gold ring on her toe. If you get the ring, you win a free drink. So try and grab.
Sort of a dry run, huh?
That's right. Grab!
How did you become a Twinkie?
Just lucky, I guess. I was a would-be actress, and every time I got a part, the play would fold in New Haven. I began to feel like an accordion.
Then along came Guy Gabriel.
That's right. And he bribed me with regular work.
We have one cardinal rule in the Twinkle Clubs. Do not handle the merchandise.
Oh,
Why?
Miss Cardew is experimenting. That is, I was helping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm Professor Fleming.
Oh, of course. The museum called about you. The library's right in there.
Oh, good day, Miss Cardew.
Oh, my pleasure, Professor, and thanks for helping me with my swing.
Well, that's what us catchers are for.
In the library.
Thank you. Brayford Library. What a repository of treasures.
Yes, it's the finest collection of 16th and early 17th century documents in England. Now, is there anything special you're looking for?
Oh, yes, sir. Kidd. An early playwright. Perhaps you're not familiar with him.
Thomas Kidd, 1558 to 1594. Wrote a lousy version of Hamlet, which, if you read it, I'm sure you'll agree. Of course, I always did love his play, The Spanish Tragedy. You see, Professor, you mustn't think of me as just the publisher of Twinkle magazine. I collect rare books, and I like to know what I'm collecting.
I am impressed, Mr. Gabriel. Very impressed. I'm attempting to authenticate Kidd's authorship of the first part of the Hieronymo, which, as you know, is in some dispute.
Yes, well, you go right ahead. The Brayford Library is at your disposal.
Thank you.
Yes?
I'm looking for Mr. Gabriel.
I'm he.
Oh, how do you do, sir? I'm Stonehatch, Albert Stonehatch, from the museums. May we speak privately?
Well, there's nobody here, Mr. Stonehatch. What can I do for you?
Well, I hope you may be able to help me. It's about a man who calls himself Fleming, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We have reason to believe that he intends to use the facilities of the Brayford Library.
Well, yes, your museum called me about him.
We did not. We did not call, sir. This man is an impostor, a fraud.
A fraud? Are you sure?
Absolutely. This Fleming is notorious for seizing upon rare documents, national treasures, sir. We have reason to believe, sir, that he's onto something tremendous this time. Sir, you have the Burbage letters here.
Well, yes, but he didn't show any interest in them.
If he so much as looks at one volume of those letters, sir, you must call on me. Here's my card. I shall stand by it.
It's that important, huh? Well, thank you very much, Professor Stonehatch. I'll consider myself well warned.
Thank you very much. Be wary. This Fleming is a clever rascal. Oh, yes, he's clever. Clever.
I see you're digging through the Burbage letters, Professor Fleming.
Oh, yes. Fascinating. Are you familiar with them?
No, not at all.
No, some extremely interesting background on Thomas Kidd. Valuable, almost unique.
Well, that's wonderful. You just carry on.
Thank you.
Ben, I want you to get me a rundown on a Professor Anthony Fleming, University of Nebraska.
What's up?
Well, he's a phony. He gave me a story about Thomas Kidd, and he's in there studying Richard Burbage's letters.
So?
Well, Burbage didn't write his letters until after Thomas Kidd was dead. I don't know what Fleming is after, but whatever it is, he's lying, and that interests me. So go.
Gone.
Honey? Won't you do me a favor?
Well, of course, Guy.
It's about your Professor Fleming.
What about him?
He's a fraud.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a bookworm from the British Museum told me to keep an eye on him. He's no more a professor than I am.
Well, a dishonest professor. What's he after?
Well, you see, I don't know. Something to do with the library. I want you to go in there and find out. Maybe this time you can take the ring off his foot.
Oh, Miss Cardew.
Call me Sally.
Anthony. My name, I mean.
Tell me, Tony, what are you looking for?
Well, do you know Thomas Kidd?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's a very interesting playwright. Thomas Kidd wrote a number of minor works, also a version of Hamlet before Shakespeare did.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Same phony story.
Oh, I thought only Shakespeare wrote Hamlet.
Oh, no. There's several versions. Of course, only Shakespeare achieved greatness.
Oh, that's very interesting. It must be wonderful learning all those things. Studying, teaching, coming all the way from Nebraska to London just to look something up.
Yes. Actually, I'm on a sabbatical right now.
Oh, when did you leave?
1957.
Oh. Well, scholarly research must be very important to you.
Yes, I find it rewarding. I'd like to share some of those rewards with you. How about dinner tonight, the Golden Door?
Well, I thought professors were poor and dedicated.
I am dedicated, but not poor. There's a great deal of money to be made in research these days.
Oh, Oh, and there's money and medieval manuscripts?
Gold,
Gold?
if you know where to find it. Metaphorically, that is, the gold of Shakespeare's language is poetry, beauty, lightness, love.
Love? Shakespeare's heroines always had two choices, going mad or dying.
Oh, is that so? You listen to this. Oh, that you were yourself, but 'tis love you are. Love embodied, bright struck by the sun, fairest gem, as April's firstborn flower, and all things rare, that heaven's airs in this rondure hem.
Listen to that.
Or could I but sum the beauty of your eyes, the age to come would say, this poet lies.
Oh, that's beautiful, Tony. I don't think I've ever heard it before, but it is familiar.
I never heard that sonnet before.
Don't look at me.
But I know every Shakespearean sonnet. I never heard that one. And it is Shakespeare. Oh, no wonder Stonehatch was so excited. Found something. Fleming has found about the biggest thing possible. Why, it's worth millions.
What would?
Oh, how but tear the secret from him. Unmask falsehood and bring the truth to light.
What's that?
Shakespeare. Coriolanus.
Mr. Gabriel's a determined man.
Yes. 3 hours and he's still on our tail.
Yeah, it'd be a shame to keep him in suspense any longer. On to Marcel.
Very good, Governor. What you say?
Have you prepared our friend?
Brought to a boil and whistling with excitement.
Excellent. I have everything ready. Marvelous work, really. I'm truly proud of it.
We all are. Well, I guess Gabriel's waited long enough. Thank you, Doctor.
I'll contact you tomorrow. I'm not open.
Well, the door was unlocked.
Then you will have no trouble opening it as you leave. Goodbye, sir.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Duplessis, but I'm here on some very important business.
Sir, Raoul Duplessis is seen by appointment only.
My name is Guy Gabriel. I'm the editor and publisher of Twinkle magazine.
Oh, of course. You wish to sell me a subscription.
Oh, no, sir. You see, I'm here about Professor Fleming's manuscript.
Fleming? Never heard of him.
Well, he just walked out the door. He left a page of a manuscript with you to be authenticated, I imagine.
My dear sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
That one there, well, I see you already have a subscription to my magazine.
Oh, well, my dear Mr. Gabriel, after all, it does fall within my area of scholarly interest. Actually, I study it. The graphic, the chiaroscuro, the magnificent, what is the word,
Girls?
Of course not. I refer, sir, to your typography.
Oh, yes, of course.
Naturally, I'm aware of the obvious charm of, after all, one must not be a prude. One must be aware of beauty. One must be open, receptive, appreciative. But of course you know all this. Mr. Gabriel, for you I am open. How can I help you?
Well, you see, Mr. Duplessis, I am interested in Shakespearean manuscripts.
Who isn't? But alas, all the authenticated originals are unavailable.
All? Well, what about this one, for example?
This is most certainly false, a forgery, I would say.
You would? Well, all right, then I'll buy it from you for $100.
Are you mad? Not for 10,000.
Well, that's an expensive forgery.
Mr. Gabriel, I have my standards.
Well, is it genuine? Is it really Shakespeare?
My dear sir, I never betray a client. I'm an honest man.
How honest?
Very honest.
15,000?
No, please, do not tempt an honest man.
Doctor, tell me, how would you like to meet a Twinkie?
Definitely not. What? You mean a real one?
In the flesh.
Oh, but, Fleming came to me in the strictest secrecy.
So would the Twinkie. Now, is the manuscript genuine?
Oh, I've tested it very carefully. I know it as I know my own handwriting. It is Harold.
It's who?
Miss January, Miss February, Miss March.
Who's Harold?
The awful tragedy of King Harold the Fair. Miss April?
You mean an unknown play? An entire unknown play by William Shakespeare?
Yes, a play. And definitely unknown. Miss May. Miss June is lovely, too.
Why, do you know what an unknown play by William Shakespeare would be worth?
Oh, £1 million, $5 million. It would be priceless. Miss December. Yes. No, I cannot decide. Miss December or Miss May?
Well, I'm a generous man, Doctor. You can have them both.
Well.
Stout Martin, solicit me then thy quandary, that I may aid thee.
Alas, thy plea does stir me like a shout, to take some rude correction against the butchers of my life.
That's enough. Thank you, Sally.
You just wanted to hear it out loud?
I wanted it heard plainly. It's pretty good. You read awfully well, Sally.
I wish somebody had told me that at my last audition.
Oh. Where are you off to?
Oh, I've got to recruit 2 new Twinkies. We've lost May and December. They were sent to Paris, some special mission.
Marcel.
What?
French wolfhound I once knew. Almost a member of the family.
Oh.
Can you reach the Burbage letters?
Why, certainly. Why did you do that?
I've been reading Twinkle magazine. I've thrown away all inhibitions. Discard the shackles of Puritan prudery.
Tony, tell me honestly, what are you after?
You want me to admit I'm authenticating a lost play by William Shakespeare? All right.
Tony. You trust me. Oh, I like that. Makes me feel warm all over.
It does.
Tony, come. Tony, we're being overheard. Guy knows all about it, about the lost play and about your reputation.
No. How did he find out?
You simply weren't careful enough.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, it's a national treasure. Tony, you can't sell it. You've got to give it to the British Museum. It's only fair. After all, we're guests in this country.
I know. I feel right at home.
You're not even listening.
I am listening, but I'm busy.
I'm determined to convince you.
Good thought.
What's happening?
Well, I'm not really sure. Sally's working on them. I'm afraid they're too far away from the mic.
I haven't gotten my hands on the manuscript yet. I'll know this afternoon. I'm going after it now. Trust me. Trust me.
Get the car. Stratford-upon-Avon, Shakespeare country. Who lives there?
You won't believe this, but it's an old woman called Shackleford.
So?
So these Hicks don't talk very much, but the guy at the post office said she's a real kook. In fact, they call her Mad Meg.
Mad Meg? Why?
Because she claims she's a direct descendant of William Shakespeare.
Gabriel's been watching for a half hour.
I think that's quite adequate there.
You look perfect, Aunt Meg. Now stand by. The sound up. Okay. But I insist, Miss Shackleford.
You're a mizzling scalpoon. By me faith, begone, you pinch penny lout. Don't you worry, Cousin Will. I'll not be had by thieving cut purses. I've a nice joint for you and a pint of cool ale. Now tell me the news of London town. Be it true the Queen still favours Sir Walter Raleigh?
Back in the 16th century.
Who be ye, skulking spolian?
My name is Guy Gabriel, Miss Shackleford.
Ah, call me Meg, pretty lad.
Ah, Meg. Oh, was there a Mr. Fleming here after a play? The Awful Tragedy of King Harold the Fair?
Aye, one of Cousin Will's scribblings.
A play by William Shakespeare.
Aye, Cousin Will, he's always making plays. He's a sweet man, but afeard of honest work. He came about and talked of London town. Then once he scratched quill to paper till the dawn. And then the morning loon left without the papers.
And you have these papers, this play, Harold?
Yes, I have my sources trammeled.
Where is it?
It's empty.
Oh, I forgot.
This is it. The missing page belongs here. It's Harold.
Ah, no sneaking looks now. I'm pledged to hold it safe.
I imagine it's been a while since Cousin Will left it here.
Ah, many a cold year.
I would say that those pages now belong to you.
Aye.
Of course, they're not worth anything to you.
This? Why, you nuthook, I can use it to kindle up me fires.
No, you don't understand. You see, it so happens that I collect handwriting, manuscripts, and I want to buy Harold from you. I'll give you £10 cash right now.
£10? Oh, play me not the ninny, sweet lad. What if Cousin Will were to come back and ask me for this?
Believe me, he won't.
So say you, but he might. And I want a good price for Will as well.
You're right, Meg, you're right. Now you just name your price.
A bit for Will and a bit for me. Double, double, toil and trouble, money down and interest double. And out for 1,000 and an...
1,000?
Aye, and you want a bill of sale?
Oh, absolutely. Not a bill of sale. They'd confiscate it in 3 seconds flat.
But she's holding you up. 1,000. Why not 1,000,000?
Ah, that'd be too much. But
it's a fine, generous thought. Now, 100,000 for Will, and half that again for me.
150,000 pounds?
Aye, even though he offered 1 million, and I must trust you, for I've no knowledge of dealings or merchants' trickeries. Some even call me Mad Meg.
You know what I call this? A swindle.
Oh, I wouldn't call it exactly that. After all, the play did cost me 150,000 pounds.
Really?
And you can't negotiate a deal with her now. I mean, she's not intelligent enough. Once an idea gets locked in,
I can't weep for you, Gabriel. 150,000 pounds, less than $500,000. Do you know what this play is worth? 10 times that? 20 times that? It's beyond price.
Oh, don't you know it? Literally beyond price. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in a separate room all by itself. Visitors by appointment only, through me personally. Can you imagine? Stage rights, screen rights. They're going to have to come to me personally, Guy Gabriel. Tough luck, Fleming.
Well, congratulations. You've got it.
Listen, I've got an idea. Why don't you come to dinner tonight? A little celebration. I'd like to talk to you. I like your style. I think maybe you and I could do a little business together.
Gabriel, I can think of nothing I'd like better.
Call me Guy, huh?
All right. Guy?
Stand a trifle straighter, Avis. Remember, first impressions are all important. You'll serve the champagne, Avis, and Doris, you'll be in charge of the canopies.
What about the swing?
Ooh, not tonight. Mr. Gabriel is having special guests, literary people.
Oh, books.
At ease. Good evening.
Good evening. All right, Twinkies, to your posts.
And Twinkies, well done. I'm early. I wanted to talk to you.
Guy told me the great news, that he's acquired a priceless lost play by William Shakespeare. Thanks to you.
No, thanks to you.
I suppose you mean that I helped him find out about you.
Exactly.
Oh, but that was before I knew what he was after. Oh, Tony, I was hoping that somehow you'd get the play.
And give it to the British government?
Yes. They should have it, not you or Guy Gabriel. Now I know him for what he really is. For a month, he's been trying to evict Lady Brayford.
Sally, Guy doesn't have the manuscript, nor has he evicted Lady Brayford. Not yet.
He will.
Maybe not. Trust me.
I don't know why, but somehow I do.
He does the maid, I wot quite well that he do more, but time shall tell. Good evening, hon.
Hello. I have work to do.
What have you been doing to that girl?
Calming her down. She wants to rescue Harold and give him to the British Museum as a national treasure.
And do poor old Mad Meg out of 150,000 quid?
Mm-hmm.
She's daft.
And determined. Where's the manuscript?
I've hidden it in the room they've given me. I think it was once a scullery maid's.
But at least he's done you proud at dinner.
Oh, I'm the exhibit. He's got special guests coming.
Oh, who? Sally.
Professor Fleming.
Mad Meg Shackleford. Gabriel.
Sir Egbert Crotch. Timmy's old tutor at Oxford. Don't tell me.
His sister, Dame Rachel Crouch, in person.
Oh, no. We're on half a dozen committees together. I saw them only last month at the Palace Garden Party.
Oh. Smile. No, they'll never recognize you. And Sir Egbert may have forgotten all about Timmy and the play. It's been 20 years.
Not if he reads it. The Crouches are Britain's leading Shakespearean authorities.
Oh, I wonder if our Mr. Gabriel wants their expert approval before he closes the deal.
Rediscovered Shakespearean manuscript? Oh, that's fascinating. Curious.
Impossible.
Oh, no, I've been on the trail for a long time. You'll see it. That's why I had to go up into Shakespearean country, where I met Miss Shackelford. Miss Shackelford, Mr. Fleming, Dame Rachel and Sir Edward Crouch.
Your Highness, your Grace.
Stop bobbing, my good woman. I've seen you before, haven't I?
Me, good wife? Not likely.
Egbert, look. These withered cheeks, these grimy eyes. Where have we seen them?
Oh, on the moors, perhaps. Could you be the little woman who used to do our cleaning?
What?
Ah, the grimy creature who does the drains. Do you do drains, creature?
Nay, be too bemoiling.
Good heavens, the woman speaks Elizabethan English.
Ow!
I don't think it's likely, Dame Rachel. Miss Shackelford comes from the country. She couldn't have worked for you.
No, our standards are quite strict.
Oh, frankly, I'm more interested in this alleged Shakespearean treasure.
Yes, we are here, Mr. Gabriel. May we examine this item you have fallen upon?
Yes, well, I'd like you both to look at it after dinner, if Miss Shackelford would be kind enough to show it to you.
Oh, no harm, Meg.
Look it over. A letter by Shakespeare.
Well, it's more than a letter. It's bigger than a sonnet. It's the awful tragedy of King Harold the Fair.
A play? You have discovered a lost tragedy by William Shakespeare?
Yes, ma'am.
Nonsense.
Oh, my dear, it is possible. As a matter of fact...
Aren't you hungry?
No. As a matter of fact, I believe I've heard of it.
You have?
Oh, yes, the title. A long time ago, I can't remember in what connection, but I stumbled across some reference to it. It was very obscure. I dare say there's no other scholar in England who's ever heard of it.
Isn't that amazing?
Stunning.
My brother never forgets. He's like an elephant.
The awful tragedy of King Harold. What a fantastic discovery. This will make you world famous, Mr. Gabriel.
Well, yes, and as the world's foremost authorities on Shakespeare, you're the first to hear of it.
We are honored.
I propose a toast to a golden moment in the history of scholarship.
And to Harold.
Back from the dead.
Whoa! Bleak winds and heather dawn!
Bleak winds and heather ripped. Do quote correctly, creature.
It's been stolen, gone!
Oh, and what's gone?
The play, a mizzling loon. I hid it away to be safe. And now I can't find no jot, no tittle. It's gone away, gone.
Gone?
How dreadful.
Nice work.
Nice work, my foot. It's really gone. Somebody's pinched it.
Sir Edward's clean.
Dame Rachel hasn't got it.
Couldn't find it in Gabriel's room.
And the Twinkies are apparently innocent. Spectre sleeps with a revolver, but no manuscript.
You're right, the Twinkies don't have it.
Tony!
I was looking for Sally.
Do you think she has it?
Remember, she thinks the manuscript belongs to the British Museum.
Our manuscript? Good heavens, Tony, we've made an honest girl of her.
Wherever she is.
Well, there you are.
I couldn't sleep, me pretty lad.
Yes, well, I couldn't sleep either. You see, I have a deep and suspicious nature. And when I find you and Fleming trying to sneak out, it gives me insomnia. Well, you finally got to her. Is that right, Fleming?
No. As a matter of fact, we were looking for it.
What he's trying to say is that he doesn't believe you. I don't either. Now, I don't know what Fleming's been to you, but if you'll just sign that piece of paper, give me the play, you can have the money.
Oh, well, what say ye? Be it right? Tomorrow later, some other day.
All right. Where is it?
I forget where it is.
Well, you'd better remember.
Gabriel, she's just a poor old woman.
Oh, me, it's cold.
Well, you'll be stone cold if you don't cough up that manuscript. Oh, you really pulled a quickie, didn't you, Fleming? Now, I don't know how you conned her, but you'd better uncon fast. I want that play.
I swear
Ben, is your memory improving?
I cannot think. It's all a blank. I'll try to remember.
You'd better make a big effort. You too, Fleming. She's going to sign that contract, making that manuscript legally mine.
Or she's gonna join Cousin Will.
All right, Meg. He wins. She'll sign the contract when she gets the money.
In the morning.
It's a deal.
Now, that's a smart crook.
Oh, there you are.
I'll scream.
Shh, don't be silly. I've come to help you.
Oh, do what?
Turn the manuscript into the British Museum where it belongs. I couldn't sleep. My conscience wouldn't let me. It's a national treasure.
Oh, Tony. Oh, you darling.
Why don't they call the museum right now and alert them?
In the middle of the night?
What's his name? The curator. Stonehenge.
Hatch, Stonehatch.
Oh, yeah, Stonehenge. Yeah.
Yes?
Professor Stonehatch?
Who?
Professor Albert Stonehatch. Anthony Fleming.
I say, do you realize it's 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yes. Miss Sally Cardew and I would like to bring you that treasure. You know what I mean. We'll bring it to your office at the British Museum so you might accept it on behalf of the nation.
Quite, right. I'll be there at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'll be waiting for you.
We'll be there.
You're wonderful.
Professor Stonehatch, I hope we're not late.
Quite. No, I can give you a few moments. I'm very busy today. Very busy. Come in.
Professor, we'd like to give you this as our gift to the people of England.
Oh, I say, it's quite remarkable. Yes. Well, of course, I'll have to examine it first, you know, and then you will receive thanks in due time, official thanks, yes. Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you.
Mr. Gabriel wanted to buy it for a great deal of money. He's waiting in the Brayford Library for it right now.
Well, he doesn't deserve it.
Of course not. No, I'd like to sneak around and see him and Mad Meg with all that cash, just waiting for the manuscript to appear.
Yes. Well, I hate to rush you, but we have a mass of Druid poetry coming in from the West. It's a great job you've done, Miss Carter. Great. And you come along handsomely, Fleming.
Thank you, sir. Well, we won't keep you. We're late, too.
We are? For what?
Oh, an intimate lunch. Just you, me, and the memory of Harold.
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Stonehatch. I simply cannot find one single shred of evidence that William Shakespeare planned a play on Harold of England. Oh, wrong guess, eh? Oh, dear. Well, it was ever so kind of you to wade through all those documents. I must say, I'm ever so grateful. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Good day, sir. You're very kind.
I got it.
Good. Now, let her see it. 150,000 pounds. Where is the manuscript?
I can't remember. Oh, I do remember. I hid it up there, among the other books. I thought it would be comfy among old friends, you know.
Where?
Up there under W.
W?
For Shakespeare, you mizzling loon. William Shakespeare. Or maybe down there, under H for Harold.
Here you are, Mum.
Oh, here it is. Everybody's been sitting on Harold.
Here it is.
Well, let's not waste time, my dear fellow. Let's be at it.
No, let's not waste time.
Tony Fleming, I hope you have insomnia for the rest of your life.
Sally, darling, I ask you to trust in me just a few minutes more.
Rachel, how do you do? Mr. Gabriel. £100,000, sir. I have exercised my equity of redemption. Blayford House is once more mine.
It's quite legal. If you will sign here, you may leave immediately.
Oh, well, what's a house? Only bad plumbing, no heat. You're welcome to it, Lady Brayford. I have Harold.
You might quite well become part of history, Mr. Gabriel. After all, others of your ilk have managed to do so. For example, Attila the Hun. Good afternoon.
Well, let her have the house and the library. This is what I want. And now the pleasure is yours, Sir Egbert and Dame Rachel.
The Awful Tragedy of King Harold the Fair by William Shakespeare. Act 1, Scene 1, the Heath, a secret place. King Harold is discovered alone.
A soliloquy to put beside Hamlet.
Sister, do not interrupt. Now art thou gone, sweet Basil, comely sprig who seasoned all my days. Without thee, what use oil or vinegar, or even fairy dill? For when the greens are tumbled to and fro and chilled by Iceland's cold electric breath, my thoughts hie to the Duke of Anchovy and his fair Duchess, Parmesan. This is a hoax, Gabriel. What is all this?
Well, it couldn't be.
Harold, 20 years ago, an undergraduate prank.
Oh, no, that's impossible.
Oil, vinegar, dill, anchovy, parmesan.
It's a tossed salad, you colonial.
Well, yes, but Stonehatch, Duplessis.
Kindly do not swear in my presence.
My dear, we've been the victim of a hoax. Our solicitors will call upon you in the morning, sir.
You wanted a guy. You connived, threatened, cheated, and bribed for it. Now you have it.
The awful tragedy of King Harold. Oh, you sharpshooter, you swindler, you con man, you...
Call me, Tony.